Okay guys, I had to do this on the go. Hi guys, welcome to the Talking News, Chasing a Murder. Please subscribe and like right now so you don't forget. Okay guys, so we're back on the Casei Jones case, and I really need your guys to listen all the way through and help us out. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the information first for those of you that are new, and kind of give everybody an update what's going on, plus add some exclusive information not shared. It's not a whole lot, but it's some. We're also, going to talk about what this family's been going through. Nikki Jones, the mother of Casei Jones, my gosh, she is just going through so much, and it's horrible. I have talked with Brandy, Casei Jones' sister. She's just a sweetheart, and this family is just now starting to prepare for the memorial and what they call a celebration of life, which we're going to discuss later on in this video. So make sure you stick through the whole video this time. So, Casei Jones, where are we at with this case? Well, this is the mother in Ocala, Florida, who had 4 children that went missing. And unfortunately, Michael Jones, the husband of Casei Jones, had an accident in Georgia, was pulled over, where they discovered the body of his wife, and then he later led them, investigators, to the 4 children where he placed in a wooded area. So how about we go ahead and go over this timeline. So the investigation is still going on Casei Jones and her 4 children, and Michael Jones is still behind bars. So right now, Michael Wayne Jones Jr. is in Summerfield, charged with 2nd-degree homicide in the death of his wife, Casei Jones. And a lot of people are upset about that, and they're wondering, why is he only charged with 2nd-degree homicide? And I'm pretty certain right now it is because he is calling that a self-defense, but we will find out more as we go on. But he's also charged with 4 counts of 1st-degree premeditated homicide in the deaths of the 2 biological children, which is Mercalli Jones and Ayanna Jones. Mercalli was just 2 years old, and Ayanna was just 1. They both just had birthdays. And the other 2, which was Cameron Bowers, 10, Preston Bowers, 5, who were not their biological, not Michael's biological child. It was Casei Jones' biological children with Richard Bowers. Michael and Casei Jones met when they both worked at a veterinarian clinic. And I want to refer you guys to my older videos because it has major details about what went on there. I'm not going to cover that in this one. Casei Jones has always been a very hard worker. She's been working since she was 15 years old. And what we know about Michael's background was he was never really good at having a job all the time. According to Nikki Jones and her family, Casei Jones was the main breadwinner of that household after they got married on Halloween of 2017. But Casei ended up having back problems where she was not able to work for a period of time, and she was actually out of work when all this started to happen. And some people believe the motive of why Michael might have took the life of his family was that he was trying to get away because he wasn't getting the benefits he was used to. But right now, that's just speculation, and we'll find out the truth as this unfolds. But before she took leave, she actually worked for a Ford place in Leesburg. So supposedly, after Michael Jones wrecked in Georgia, police, they uncovered, the missing children and the wife, found to be deceased. So when they actually began to disappear, the reports say Michael Jones confessed that on July 10th, Casei Jones and him had gotten into an argument. She come at him with the bat, which a lot of people do not believe, especially her family. So she is not that type of person. And he took that bat away from Casei Jones and in return took her life. Now, there's no dates. They were giving us dates before, and like I said, refer to my older video. I think it's the video before this one that I made on the Jones, that you can get some details. They're not, I don't think they're very reliable dates, but you can go through that. Just know the dates are not very specific right now. They can change at all times. Police are not certain of the exact dates, so we're just doing the best we can here. After he took his wife's life, he said to the police he took the boy's life a day later, but that kind of contradicts with some of the affidavits and stuff that are coming out right now. And some reports we're hearing in articles as well that the boys kind of stayed with their boys for a period, with their dad for a period of time. But there's no evidence of that, so we can't really back that up right now. But we do know the boys' lives were taken first. And I have details on that video. Like I'm referring you guys to that video, you need to check it out. The boys their lives were taken by strangulation. Now the girls, the two babies, which are his biological children, he took them to their grandmother's house for a period of time. She kept them for about 2 weeks. So we do know that the girls were alive at least until August 10th. So this is quite a while. The boys are gone and his wife is gone. And this is August 10th. I don't know what time. But according to Nikki Jones, the grandmother, she said, he come and picked the kids up because it was the birthday of the youngest one. And he knew that she would get suspicious still having the kids on her birthday. She knows that Casei Jones would always do something special for the children on their birthday. Nikki Jones was trying to get a hold of Casei Jones, but she wasn't hearing anything, not a lot. Michael had told her that she was sick. So he was a grand manipulator, there is no doubt. Nikki Jones says, there was times she knew that he can be kind of a jerk, but she never really ever had a thought in her mind that he would ever do something like this to that family. So once they arrested Jones in Georgia, he was finally transported back to Florida September 18th. But Georgia kept the family there and did the autopsy and their forensics there in Georgia. And when I talked to Nikki about that, she said they were amazing to her family. She really appreciated how they handled the family. They kept them together up until the point they couldn't any longer. Now once Michael Jones returned back to Florida, he remained in jail without bail. And he had an October 22nd court date where for his arraignment, and he pled not guilty. Now there is some new information that is coming out right now saying how in the world the authorities got involved with this case. So they got a call from the family of Casei Jones. They were concerned, they wanted the sheriff's department to go out there and have a check on the family, and so they did. And so on September 14th, a well-being check was performed, but they found out that the house appeared to look vacant. In fact, the property owner said that he had scheduled maintenance workers to come clean it up in early September. And authorities said that the mobile home appeared to look like it had been recently cleaned. And, well, that's really funny because whoever cleaned it didn't ever mention any foul smells. And according to the authorities, when they walked into that place, they were whammed in the face with the odor. So, Yeah, that kind of makes you wonder. And the reason why he had this mobile home clean, he said that Michael Jones Jr. told him on August 23rd the family was moving out of that home. So all this time, and even investigative reports show where Casei Jones and her mother, Nikki Jones, were texting each other. And all along it was Michael pretending to be her daughter, trying to be deceitful and manipulative. And all this time she didn't have a clue, and it's devastating to her because she knew something wasn't right, but she couldn't figure it out. And some of those texts on her daughter's phone were after Casei Jones' death, was asking Nikki Jones if she could take care of the youngest children. And of course she did. And of course I've already told you guys what happened afterwards, after she received the children. But I remember when this story first broke air, and including myself, I was almost believing the media when they were saying, there just wasn't any clues as to why the family didn't report this. But the truth is, there's tons of evidence out there where Nikki Jones has these texts, and they're talking back and forth with who they thought at the time was Casei Jones. This really created a lot of problems for this family. I've seen it, and it just broke my heart. It ended up hurting, and we'll talk about later how that hurt the family, because they still never really got any help for the memorial that's coming up November 2nd. Now, according to some reports, they're saying that the kids did stay with the father, Richard Bowers, but we all know that he was actually out of the country at some point during when all this was happening. So they're saying that the kids were with him at some time at the end of July, but I'm not quite certain. I don't have any proof of that right now. Now, according to a Star Banner, they're saying that Bauer said that Michael was abusive, but according to Casei Jones' family, they never really ever seen abuse. But one thing is certain is he wasn't in the children's lives very much. And I'm talking about the biological father of the boys. So if he was concerned about abuse, well, he really didn't do much about it. I think I forgot to mention how he took the lives of the two young girls, and he drowned them. So according to where they found the children, the sheriff's department would have had trouble finding them if he hadn't have showed them where they're at. And this is because he placed these children in the center of palm trees, thick brush. And the saddest part is one of the baby girls had a bottle with them. Alright guys, so if you want to know more details on this story, you can refer to my older videos. So right now I want to take you a different direction, and this is what I asked you to stick around for. So Nikki Jones I want to tell you what this family is dealing with. I mean, I even experienced it because I'm on her friend list. So they're having to deal with people that are trying to scam them out of money. And we figured out why they haven't been getting the funds we expected they should get. Because this family has a memorial. They're going to have this memorial with or without flowers, because right now they don't even have flowers. And it's open to the public. But this scammer wrote me under Nikki Jones' profile picture. Everything was perfectly the same. And told me, that he needed money. So immediately I contacted the family and asked them, that is not you, right? And they said, of course not. That's not us. We wouldn't do something like that. So I know I've posted the GoFundMe link multiple times, and a few of you have helped. And this is so appreciated. But they had a guy that come forward and paid for the cremation and the travels for the family to be returned back home. And of course, that the boys remain with the father, and he's not really communicating with the family very well. They raised a decent amount of money. I think it was like $5,000. The father did, but the family that needed the money didn't get very much at all. So we have this celebration of life coming up, and they've changed the location to 3551 East Orange Avenue. So Eustis, Florida, 32736, and it's going to be held at the Life Point Church. And they said they're going to start about 2:30, and they're asking you to share this with everybody because they're inviting the public. Everybody's invited. Also, Nikki Jones says she's going to have a place out there where people can write scripture or something, and put it into a box. You can also, I think she said you can bring cards if you want to. So they're really reaching out to all those that were touched by this story and saying, we're going to let you celebrate with us. But one thing, I'm very upset about, and I'm going to order flowers. I'm probably going to do this tomorrow. They don't have any flowers. They don't have the money for flowers. She's built a little memorial garden, those aren't real expensive anyways, in her backyard for the children. But for the ceremony, if somebody feels like they want to help, you can donate flowers by sending it to this address here, or you can send money to the GoFundMe, which I'm going to share once more. They were only able to raise $1,400, and things are not cheap these days. So they did buy an urn, and she placed Casei Jones and the two girls together. They're all in one urn together because she wanted them all to be together. And I want to also invite you guys to share this video so maybe we can help this family. We've only got until October 2nd. It's not that far away. We have only a few days to try to help bring some kind of goodness to this memorial. So, like I mentioned, guys, send flowers to that address that I have posted. Send a few dollars. You don't have to send a lot. And share this video. Just get the word out. That's what we need the most. You guys know that this family's been dealing with a lot. And one of those other things I promised I would share at the end of this video was the fact that they had people breaking into the home where the Jones lived, getting video and going through that home without permission. And this is according to the landlord, and this is very upsetting. Could you imagine? I would be upset about that. This family hasn't even had time to grieve yet. They've not even, got the memorial done, nothing, and they're showing things like that. Too soon, guys. And as if they're not dealing with enough, they're dealing with false stories and allegations and people pulling up their background that has nothing to do with the case. And I can tell you, those channels that do that, that's mostly not even true. It's all lies. I just hope that this family is able to properly grieve in peace, because they deserve that. And I know that my channel always has positive support, so I don't ever worry about most of the time, anything I put out on this channel. But I did, guys, I wanted to share some new information with you, which I did. Kind of give you a glimpse into what this family's been dealing with. We know that Savannah Spurlock family was also going through hell. And it's just disappointing to know that human beings take advantage of people who are going through tragedy. And that makes no sense to me. I think that we could be better than that. And we should be better than that, because the world that I come from and Nikki Jones come from, and anybody, in our time, people help each other. You bring food, plates of food to people's houses that have had a loss. You're supportive. You do what you can to help that neighbor, loved one, friend. It doesn't matter. It can be a stranger. The world is going kind of cold, and I did not see it turning this cold this quickly. So please, guys, keep this family in your heart. If you have the means to help them, please do so. These babies deserve flowers. They deserve a nice memorial. And she needs help too. I mean, there's probably things she would like to do that she just can't afford to do right now. So if you can help this family, please help them out. And like I said, this is coming up very quickly in the next few days, November 2nd, 2:30. Don't forget. I'm going to go ahead and close it out here, and I want to say thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Love you guys so much. You're so supportive and so positive. And I just love you guys so much. So sending love out to the Jones family, and I'll see you guys soon.
Hey, Mommy, Daddy, Cameron. What is it? Say it again. Say Cameron. Say Preston. Good girl.
Baby, mommy, dreamer.
Say McCallie. Is McCallie Mommy's girl?
Yeah.
Who made McCallie? Mommy.
Mommy,
Why are you so cute, McCallie? Because Mommy made me.
two,
Say Mommy made me.
mommy, and
Good girl.